Hi guys, welcome. Just having a little play around on my Hevco. I've got a market tomorrow and I didn't realise that I had sold so many tops in at the community store. So I'm batching out a few tops tonight. Been having a bit of a go, so I thought I'd just do a quick video on knocking out a couple of tops and show you what my process is. I use recycled wood. So these are, I don't know what they're called, but they are normally about 1 metre long. They're 75 by 75-ish, and at the local hardware store they come between the sheets of gyprock or other floorboards or stacked, and they just throw them out. So it's rubbish pine pretty much. It's not great wood, but it serves a purpose and it doesn't do a bad job. So I just whack them straight into the big Nova jaws. These are about, I reckon I'd cut them at 200 long, and I can get 4 tops out of that. So what I do first, because this little lathe is not quite on centre, well it is, but there's movement in the tailstock. So what I do is I create a centre point to go into, so I know that I've actually got the tailstock in the right spot when I clamp it in. So the 3 tools I use for turning tops is a 1.25 1.5 spindle roughing gouge, a 1/2 inch spindle gouge, and a skew. I only use the skew for cutting off because it gives me a nice clean cut on the top. I don't sand these at all, and the colouring is done with Sharpies. So the first thing I do is work it out. Stock support, I turn the first one. 200 mils is a long way, even with that big set of jaws gripping. $200 is a long way out to be sitting without any support. I'm just using the wing of the skew there, the gouge there like a skew, just to get a nice finish on there. Getting as much wood away as quickly as I can. Probably running a little bit slower than I should be. So that's put up to about 1400. So I'm doing now, just removing material to get down to the handle. And I've probably almost gone too thin there, so I'll be very gentle taking this nib off. I normally leave a bit more thickness in the handle so I can be a little bit more aggressive taking this off. And what's Robbo's term? Be as gentle as an angel's kiss. There we go, there's my point. I had that down to probably under 10 mil on the handle. So I turn the handles down to, on the top, down to between sort of 4 and 8 mil. And that one's pretty much done, so now I just slow the speed down. Randomly select 4 Sharpies. Randomly decide how I'm going to colour it in. Chunky on the rim there, I might be able to smooth that out a bit, very gently. That's better. Still a little chunk out there around by the sound of it, but it's not too bad now. Spirally type setup on there. I just do random colour selection. It doesn't seem to matter. The only thing I've noticed is people like to have a selection of different colours on the top to choose from. If they're all the same, they struggle, especially if it's grandparents buying for the grandkids. They want different colours. So I just turn that over, use the short point just to take the corner off. And there we go, that's off. And I can just use the blade just to take that off, and that's a top. So the rest of it I do without tailstock support. So I'm down to about 150 mil out. Can't be super aggressive, but as long as the tool's sharp. Something I found really handy is the ability, and I'm pretty dominant right-handed, so it took me a little while, but the ability to be able to switch hands. I'm not a small bloke, so sometimes my fuel tank gets in the way when I'm turn something in the way, so being able to just switch hands is very handy. So for those of you who are following along on the progress of Big Willie, the unboxing video is partly on the phone. He's sitting over there, he's all uncovered now, and the engine crane turned up here about half an hour ago. So my plan is that by the end of the weekend I'll have him up and running, and very early next week I should have a video out. Just a random selection of colours. Different ways to put the colours on, depending how fast you move it out is how good a spiral you get. I did try with some cheaper type textures, but they don't lay anywhere near the depth of colour that the Sharpies do, and you've got to hold them on for a lot longer and you still don't get as good a result. So that's two. So I don't rough the whole blank down in one hit, because that's just moving the rest backwards and forwards when I don't need to. And these are just sort of what I refer to them as smalls for the market. I stick them out the front in a basket for a few dollars, and of all the markets I've done so far, which is a total of 3, the tops have paid my fees, plus a little bit. So, you know, those little smalls are really problem. At the moment I've got little Christmas decorations as well, but I've got plenty of stuff at it. So that little bit of vibration you're hearing sometimes give you a little spiral effect on the back of the top. And I don't take it out because when people look at it and say, how do you do that? It makes you look really clever. And it's only because you've got too much vibration, or you're putting too much pressure on for the amount of material you've got holding. So what I normally do is I select 4 colours. I put one colour on the rim, one colour on the top, one colour on the base, and one colour on the handle. Works for me. Might be too much. I should, next footy season, I should do some just football team colours, I suppose. See how they go. Do some black, red and white for the local footy team, the Saints. Just take that little nib off. Another one. And then the last one, I just pull it out from the jaws, and when you get a pretty good grip, I'll give it about 5mm. Give it a little rough and gouge again. Like this stuff every now and then when you're doing a peeling cut like that. You get a coming out the side. You can see it's not quite centre, but it's easy to fix. A lot of people say don't turn pine, pine's rubbish. Learn something else. Well, I've got lots of wood in here, all sorts. I've also got lots of pine. One thing I will say with pine, if you can turn pine with a clean finish and no tear out, you know how to sharpen your tools and you're getting your tool presentation right. So that little skip back there happened because I jagged it in with no support on the bevel as I went in, so it grabbed it and took it backwards. So if you are going in without support on the bevel, you try and have the bevel at right angles to the work until you're in, and then you can roll it away a little bit. Another reason for doing this is it gives me a way to actually an idea of how I'm going with my practice. Timing doing 4 tops. So I've sort of adapted this process a little bit from the YouTube video. The guy's name escapes me at the moment, but his YouTube channel is called Worth the Effort, one word. And the E in the, I'm pretty sure it goes worth effort, is if you type it in like worth effort, and it reads as worth the effort, but he hasn't got the in the middle, he uses the letters already existing. Sean, I think his name is, and he's got lots of little production techniques for turning these little smalls that are very handy. I'm not entirely doing it the way he does it, but it certainly gave me the idea of what to do. So there's another one. A few dollars in there that, you know, those tops would cover my site fees for tomorrow if I sold them all. And this time of year is not a bad time of year to be selling them anyway. There's grandparents looking for old-fashioned toys for their kids. Alright, thank you very much for having a look, and hopefully, well, I think the next video I put up will be the unboxing video for the big lathe, Big Willie, and that will be early next week, I hope. And I did the last one as a premiere. I may do this one as a premiere as well. I'll see how I go. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this, please, and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Like the channel. I'm working on getting more content up. And I also do a bit of gardening stuff as well, now and then. Had a good winter garden this year. Did save me quite a bit of money. Right, guys, thank you very much. Until next time, take care.